Hello everyone, and welcome back to another part of Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. I'm really going to try to finish this video today, because if you can't tell already, I have my setup in a bit of a weird area than what I normally do. I moved everything into the closet. So, I mean, it sounds a lot better, at least I think, immediately, because the sound is, like, dampened so much. I don't have to worry about external noise or anything because of how, like, isolated the noise is, I guess. Like, it has nowhere to go to, basically, other than, well, to you guys. So, I'm very happy about that. It really sets my mind at ease, for the most part. But, without any further ado, we have a lot of reading to do, no doubt. So, we're gonna try to see if we can do all of this tonight. I really hope we can. But only time will tell, of course. Excuse me. Blah. After seeing my companions off, I concentrate and find everyone's locations. I have been entrusted with the task of providing support to everyone else. The ability to disseminate information among them all will be key in navigating through the twisted labyrinth. Since I cannot fight directly, I need to help everyone as much as I can with my own abilities.
Are you all okay? I don't sense any enemies nearby, so please concentrate on regaining your strength.
Right. Ow.
Are you okay, Fuka-san? You were only rescued a little while ago. Is it okay for you to use your persona so soon?
I should turn this down just a tad.
Thank you. I'm all right. I'm sorry we dragged you into this.
Now, like, it sounds so different, I guess. I don't know why. Chie-san is concerned about me, though I'm sure that she has been badly hurt herself.
Oh, we just screwed up. We're really thankful you guys came.
In any case, let's recover as quickly as possible so we can go after Labrys and the others.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not just Chie-san. When the Persona users of Inaba found out that I was being held captive, they all put themselves in danger to find me. It makes me truly happy to be able to fight alongside these people. Without warning, one of the caskets in the room opens with a creak, and a tall man steps out of it. You know, in all honesty, if it were me, I would totally sleep there too. 100%. Oh, also, my mouth isn't being picked up properly, and I don't know why. But, I think it's because the camera is, like, farther away. Because the way I had to set up everything is... well, it's a mess. I'm not going to show you all. But believe me when I say, it is definitely a mess. Anyways. Blue clothes, silver hair, golden eyes. Who in the world is he? I can sense his power, but I feel no hostility from him. He doesn't seem to be a shadow.
Ah! A ghost! Ah! Why are you screaming? We're the ones who freaked out!
Oh, I apologize. I was caught in the moment.
Those clothes. They're very similar to the dresses Margaret and Elizabeth wear.
Ah, so you are acquainted with my sisters. I am their younger brother, Theodore.
Elizabeth? That really strong girl with the book? What's her family doing here?
Well, my sister has given me a task, so I've come to the world outside, but along the way, I sensed the presence of Elizabeth nearby.
And that's how you came out of this coffin? What kind of horror flick did we walk into?
Elizabeth is close by? She's tremendously powerful, but I don't sense her at all.
Oh, she is most likely hiding her presence, so as to not hinder your journey. But I am certain that she will be watching over a battle around here. As evidence of this, please look here. There are potato chip crumbs in the bottom of this coffin, and in her favorite flavor at that.
I'm sorry, what? Okay, now this is just really weird. First, it's you getting pop. Which, I'm not gonna call it soda. I don't call it soda. It's pop. Where I come from. 2, trails of cinnamon. That makes no sense. And chips in a coffin. What the heck are you people up to anyway?
Well, if anyone was gonna eat potato chips in a coffin, it'd be her.
Seriously.
These guys are putting kind of a damper on the urgency of this situation.
I like the local variety with the beef flavor. Oh, I can't get enough.
Can we stop talking about potato chips? Theodore, right? We haven't run into Elizabeth.
Yes, it seems I was just a tad too late. It's all right. There was merely a little something I wished to ask her.
What's that?
This is how Theodore's story goes. While out on an errand, Theodore saw a glimpse of his older sister, Elizabeth. He then decided to follow her and eventually reached this tower. What he described as being out on an errand during a situation like this seems odd, but Yukun seemed to understand, and said that this man's sudden appearance makes sense if he really is related to the person he claims to be his sister. It seems the man in blue is able to move about without being constrained by the rules that we've all been having trouble with. Could that be related to why he feels different from everybody else? Theodore wanders around the room for a bit, but eventually seems satisfied and comes back to us.
Upon closer inspection, it seems you're all quite wounded. Forgive me for asking so brazenly, but why is it you continue to fight, even when you have been hurt to this extent?
Why?
Oh, I'm a little bewildered by the sudden question. Why are we fighting this battle for?
Are you asking why we're fighting?
One moment, please.
Theodore raises a hand to stop us, then furrows his brow in thought.
Hearing it from you would be too easy. I see. Could my sister have given me this opportunity to see the outside world, to broaden my horizons?
If I open my mouth wide like that, you can see it. Let's see. If I move closer, no. Okay, hold on. Let me try to do something. This whole mouth not moving thing is kind of bothering me. I'll be honest when I say I didn't know that my microphone, and not my microphone, but my camera could do that. Also, it isn't fixed. That's frustrating. Okay, anyways.
Are you alright?
Ah, please forgive me. It seems I have a great deal to learn for myself.
I guess he's kind of reached a conclusion.
I'm sorry for causing you trouble. It seems this is a question I must answer on my own. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be taking my leave.
Huh? You mean you're going back?
Yes, this conversation with you has been highly significant. Please, excuse me.
What the hell was that just now?
I've got no idea, but...
Okay, well, if it isn't working, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna switch it back to where it was. And then we'll just go from there. I guess you're just gonna have me not moving my mouth. Oh well. I had to reset my position again.
I'd almost forgotten. If you truly are in a great hurry to reach the top of this tower, then please make use of this door here.
Okay, let me just kinda move you guys just a tad. The way I like to see it is that I'm just moving your all's heads to look at me. That's pretty silly, but anyway, so let's just reset the position again. Lovely. Okay.
Well then,
What door? That is a coffin! That was mysterious.
Theodore asked us why we were fighting. The reason I had such a hard time finding an answer is because I couldn't... I just moved my mic, it's in the way. I couldn't find a way of putting it into words. I mean, we all have our own reasons for being here. We peek behind the coffin lid that Theodore left through and discover a set of stairs leading up. I thank the man for his brief but helpful appearance, and then try to locate the others once again. Good. I can sense everyone's strong wills as they go around the skull. It's reinvigorating, and I feel my spirit lifting. What I need to do right now is focus on doing my best. So I'm gonna be moving my setup back to where it was tomorrow because this is very uncomfortable in this room for a prolonged amount of time. And it is very hot. So I'm not gonna torture myself. So before any of you say anything, don't worry about it. I'll be okay. If need be, I'll open up the door and let the fan air in or something. I will be alright. I promise. Everything will
I'm worried about
be
Yuki-chan and Rise-chan. Hang in there, ladies. I'll come get you in no time.
Still, this hallway has been going on forever. If this continues, we will be unable to make any progress.
My lengthy time bound. Okay, let's do the robotic voice. My lengthy time bound to the cross resulted in a serious drain of my energy reserves. My condition has deteriorated to the point where even normal maneuvers would be difficult. If we were to face another shadow, I might be able to be at a severe disadvantage. On top of that, the young man named Sho displayed godlike abilities. My sister and the others are in pursuit of a target with the power to freeze everyone present. I can't help but worry about them. I feel my heart sinking as these thoughts arise in my head. That doesn't sound right. Hold on. Let me think for a moment. Teddy walks along with me, peering into each of the classrooms as we pass them. Perhaps his increased chattiness since we left the others is an attempt to lighten my spirits.
Aww. Just thinking that danger is closing in on those innocent ladies even as we speak is making my fur fall out. I'll be positively bare.
The deeper draw of that part is what I need to consistently do. Anyways, inner thoughts.
Your fur is falling out. Perhaps it is merely your shedding season.
No. I'm extremely sensitive, and I lose fur when I'm stressed. Just the other day, Kanji lured me into a trap with some ice cream. He then kept nuzzling me over and over, and I ended up with a big old bald spot on my head. It was terrible.
I'm not smiling, I'm shocked. But, I guess it doesn't really show because I have it set to smiling. Because I think it looks cute. Anyway.
I see. Kanji-san's extreme expression of love puts stress upon your fur. I will add that to my data file on you.
By the way, are you tired at all, Ai-chan? If you do feel a little logy, feel free to snuggle up against me whenever you like.
Loki? I have never heard that before.
No, I'm more concerned for the others in town.
No, completely ignored. But I'm sure they'll be okay. My friends are really strong, you know.
You trust them, don't you?
Of course. You believe in Michan and the others too, don't you?
Yes, I do. They're all precious to me.
We're the same after all. You're sparkling too.
Sparkling?
I love everyone who's nice to me, and the world where everyone that I love lives in really sparkles. And I want to protect that sparkle and help everyone out.
I really hope it's not picking up my fan. Oh no. Wait, if that's the case, I'm gonna have to turn it off. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna turn off my fan. Okay, so I'll tell you what I did. And what I did was I just lowered it to the lowest setting, but I still need it on so I don't die of a heat stroke. Teddy's large eyes are guileless and honest when he speaks of his friends. I am an anti-shadow weapon, and yet Teddy's presence is similar to those of the shadows that I have been exterminating. Does that have any importance?
Thinking about someone else strengthens your own powers. We know of that phenomenon.
It sounds more like, what was it? Izanami rather than, I guess. Anyways.
So why doesn't that Minazuki guy get that? Does he not see the sparkling?
Teddy then declares that it's up to him to become Minazuki's friend. Eventually, we come to a door next to the sign reading music room. Teddy sniffs for some time as he's searching the room, then sneezes loudly.
Achoo! Ugh. We can't get to the exit unless we go through here. By the way, won't you take a little break here? You still seem exhausted, and I'm worried about you.
Teddy looks at me with worry while he suggests that we should have descended quite a bit by now, but there is still no sign of the exit. There is no time to hesitate. But most of all, I can't let myself become a burden either.
Thank you. You're truly kind.
Of course I am. It's basic bear etiquette.
Teddy puffs out his chest with pride as he puts his hand on the music room door. Ooh, I like that kinda.
We're barreling in! Excuse us!
There is nothing of note in the room, but a grand piano. I'm about to suggest that we take a short break there, but a warning alerting me of an approaching shadow appears in my vision. This reading, it's close.
Targets acquired. An anti-shadow weapon and a shadow. Commencing elimination.
I'm sorry, Labras? When I hear that flat mechanical voice, a giant axe instantly appears above us. In a flash, I realize that we are being ambushed, but my body is too exhausted to move like I wanted to. It's going to hit me. If I take any more severe damage, I'll be destroyed.
Hi, John!
Teddy shoves me away, and I tumble to the floor. The fog and the dust stirred up from the impact begin to settle, and I see the giant blade embedded into the floor, right where I had been standing. Teddy had been hit by the attack meant for me, and now he's lying motionless on the ground.
Man, you're weak. I was just trying to surprise you a little.
Okay, that's enough with the robotic voice. I don't have enough confidence in it.
You're a copy of my sister.
I was ordered to take part in the battle here. But that don't matter anymore. I'm gonna do whatever I want starting now.
Hi, John! Run!
Man, shadows persistent. Once I'm done with Itis, I'm gonna grind you down to fertilizer.
How rude.
Teddy!
Okay, that was a silly face, I'm not gonna lie. The axe strikes Teddy a heavy blow, and he slams into the wall before sliding down into a heap. I try to rush to his side, but
No!
I wasn't careful enough. The strike at Teddy was part of a combo with the second attack, anticipating that I would try to come to his aid. Though I was able to avoid a direct hit, the tip of the axe catches my leg with a dreadful noise. I stand up and prepare to dodge any further attacks, but the hit I just took has been enough to damage my leg. I won't support the weight, and I fall to my knees. It
My
won't.
frame's been cracked.
The copy of my sister smirks confidently and slowly approaches me. It seems to know that I'm incapable of moving. Okay, I'll just switch to that face. Of moving with my agility now. Right then, I notice that the red pillars have appeared in the corners of the room, trapping us. There's no way to escape.
I was trying to hurt you, you know? I knew you were weakened, I guess. It's so easy. Just target the weakest one, and the numbers will drop on their own. These bonds are pretty useful.
It knew I was weakened after all. I realize that I'm in severe danger right now. Soon there will be no way to prevent it from claiming Teddy and me as victims. Up until now, I'd witnessed how my sister's shadow and how my sister herself fought with her heart that had been disabled. That's why I thought I had understood how to deal with this fake version of her too. When my sister was in that state, She and her shadow fought the same way, using her body's full potential and fueled by an inner drive to destroy. Each attack from them was a threat, but such straightforward opponents are simple to deal with. But this fake is different. She isn't berserk, like a shadow, and she hasn't lost her heart. In other words, she has both cunning and power, and can fight like my sister when she is in her normal state.
In other words, she knows of my special qualities as an upgraded version of her hardware, and can precisely target my weaknesses.
The biggest difference between the 5th generation Labras, my sister, and me is our attack ranges. While my standard weapons and firearms are firearms, my sister has no long-range weaponry, aside from her persona abilities. Normally, I would have an advantage over her, provided that I am able to keep a distance between us. My damage stack robs me of mobility, so I can't do that right now. The fighter able to hit harder will have the upper hand here. Okay. The devil must have known that, and targeted my leg from the start.
I already made a mistake in the limousine, and this will be my second blunder today. If only I had been better able to deal with things.
Do you guys hear that tapping? I don't even know. It's because the actual like input capture looks a bit different than OBS does for Streamlabs. So I don't know what it's actually picking up and what it's not. I see, okay. Well, I'll just have to deal with it. My regrets spill from my mouth as the axe in the shadow's hands rises higher and higher. My sister's axe weighs close to a third as much as her body, and she activates boosters to deliver even more of a destructive attack, speeding up her swings to truly dangerous rates. A single hit from it would be enough to put me into a helpless state. As if that wasn't bad enough, I can barely stand up as it is, and I can't even aim properly.
I yearned for power so that I could protect my comrades, but
What are you muttering about? You're next, Digus. Come at me!
I couldn't respond to a sudden ambush. Those close to me have been wounded. I can't save anyone like this! It seems I'll have to make use of that. I should have had maintenance done, like Fuka-san said. Persona, rise up! Beginning frame coding. Stand by, EXO.
I just realized my mic was muted. Okay, let's do some more reading. I don't know what I think I said the aim properly part. Okay. Now that I'm facing truly desperate moment, something surges from the depths of my heart. Anger. Anger at myself and my own powerlessness. I don't want to use my damage as an excuse for my death. Move, Igus. Move. Beyond the rising heat swelling within me, I understand that my battered body is unable to put up a fight, but I cannot lose. I must maintain this power, to keep my emotion under control as I determine the best course of action at the moment. Think, how can I turn this situation around? What can I do to protect my companions? A thought passes through my mind. The plume of dusk within me flares strongly, as if responding to my heart. Right now, I will do anything if it gives me the power to fight, even if it results in the shattering of my own self. Please, give me the power to protect my friends. And I think that's what I didn't read. I just read it again. It was just a bunch of not reading stuff. Sorry, I didn't notice.
Are you still gonna try something? Sounds like you don't want to fight that. That's cool with me. Here!
The axe the fake wields flashes towards my face, and I hear the boosters roar. Would jumping over it to evade it be best? Before I can decide, my body reacts.
It's no use.
Oh my god! Orgia mode. I cross my arms and take the brunt of the strike with my forearms. Violent sparks fly up in the collision, and the force of the attack travels throughout my entire body.
You stop it just like that? How did you... I'll just slice you in half!
My sister's fake stays where she is and leans heavily onto the axe, pushing it against me. My joints scream as I try to push it back, and white smoke streams throughout the gaps of my armor. My internal sensors repeatedly report that I am operating at my maximum capacity. It's not enough. I need more. More power.
Oh, Ai-chan's shining. What are you doing?
Teddy seems to have awakened by the violent sounds of our clashing and stammers as he lifts himself off the floor. I'm relieved that he is able to move, but from this point on, everything is a gamble.
Teddy, please stay away. The probability of maintaining self-control in this mode is less than 1%. I'm sorry, but I can't guarantee that you'll be safe around me. It's ready. Releasing all limiters. Extreme Orgia mode.
I'm sorry, extreme? Okay, that sounds pretty cool. But also very dangerous.
Finally!
Oh my gosh. Wait, she's actually in a mode. Oh, so cool. Okay, that was cool. Oh my gosh.
I am overheating.
It was truly only coincidence that I'm still alive after releasing all the power of my plume of dusk. But applying my persona's materialization sequence to reinforce my body's skeletal system and armor plating allowed me to endure a far stronger load than my components could normally handle. I suppose it truly is extreme Orgia mode. My sister's double turns to a black mass and begins to melt as it collapses into the puddle. Glimmers like golden sand trickle upwards out of it and disappear into the ceiling. I finally reach Teddy and help his injured, frowned body sit up.
Teddy, I'm so sorry. It's my fault.
Ai-chan, you were so cool. I regret nothing. Please, take care of Yosuke.
Teddy!
The building begins to creak, the structure groaning like a giant, and the entire building begins to quake as well. Both the creaking and the tremors are getting stronger compared to what we had felt earlier. In addition, a beastly howling thunders down from above. What is that? Is there a voice? Could it have come from much higher than the room we were rescued with Mitsuru-san? Teddy's eyes snap open at this eerie sound.
What was that?
I don't know, but it seems a great power is trying to awaken.
Sounds scary.
Someone please respond!
Just then, a desperate plea cluttered by interference speaks up in my mind. The voice is Rise Kuchikawa's. It's difficult to hear due to the interference, but there's no mistaking it. The communication seems to be coming from quite a distance outside of the building.
Rise-chan, you're okay! Oh, I'm so glad!
Did he say Rise-chan? I'm sorry. Reese?
Teddy? Teddy, is that you? Where are you right now? Are you hurt?
No comment.
I'm in the tower that appeared at school. I'm with Ai-chan, so I'm okay. I think.
Ai-chan? You mean Aige-san? Aige-san, please listen. There's a ton of red fog swirling around the top of that tower right now.
Where are you, Rise-san? Can you see this place from there?
Let me open up this door and see if I can get some ventilation. Oh, you can definitely hear it. That's such a bummer. Right. Okay, but it's probably not that loud, right? I mean, compared to my voice.
Yuki, Senpai and I are in town searching for but we can't get out because there's a horde of shadows.
The message is cut off before we can hear the entire thing. From what it sounds like, Rise-san and Yukiko-san appear to be in town together, just as expected. If she said horde and shadows so close together, they must be facing a dangerous situation.
We have to go at once! Rise-chan, we're coming for you! Ow! 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 Ow!
Please wait, Teddy. We've both been damaged quite badly. If we move now, we'll likely be in danger.
Yeah, that's true. But I just can't sit here and wait. Away! My back!
Teddy was surely wounded quite badly, but knowing his friends are in danger, he seems unable to contain himself and attempts to force himself up to his feet. I feel the same way. I must relay that to everyone, to what Rise said about the school as soon as I can. When I approach the window and find out where we are, I see two figures leaving the school building.
That's Mitsuru-san and Akihiko-san.
Thank goodness! They managed to get out before us.
I can understand why you want to hurry, but those two are attempting to rescue the others as well. Let's proceed with caution so that we can meet up with them quickly.
No, seriously, I can still move as well. Even though my frame has reached its very limits of its operational tolerances, and my joints creak ominously, the sheer strength of my emotion to save my friends forces my body into action. If Teddy and I feel the same way, I'm sure we can keep moving.
Got it! Ow! Anyway, let's move!
Okay, I mean, I guess it's like somewhat akin to adrenaline, but maybe not the same thing because she functions different.
I'm getting fired up! Let's do this! Onward!
As they say, yeah!
Yeah. I can't help but smile at Teddy's enthusiasm. We leave the music room and the wreckage left behind from our recent battle and run down the hallway towards the exit. Teddy feet noises. Alright. Okay, we did that. And then we gotta do Akiko's part, which is... God, that is long, huh? Okay. Well... I am going to pad this out a bit with a fight, because it's a lot of reading, no fighting, and then a fight, and then a lot more reading. So, yeah.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. This place exists between dream and reality.
Picture in your head your own. If you could choose someone to encourage you on, who would it be?
You wanna play with me?
I wish you good luck.
Defeat all enemies standing in your way!
Try and dodge this!
Sorry,
It's
but I
murder in
can
time!
Round 1. Fight!
How about this?
You won't hit me! Boring.
How do you think you are? Shut up! How do you think you are?
What's wrong?
How about this? Damn brutal! You won't hit me, see ya! Here's a big one!
Minazuki. Win. Round 2. Fight!
How about this? I see. I see.
What's wrong?
I see. Knock him out, bastard! Why, brutal! This? How about this?
You won't hit me! You...
Well, bye-bye!
Minazuki. Win. Player 1 is the winner!
The hell? You said you'd help, so I let you alone. But if you're gonna go against me, I guess you should die. So die!
Welcome to the Velvet Room. This place exists between dream and reality.
Alrighty.
And
Now with that battle out of the way, let us get into another one right after I get a drink. Hold on. I did say that I wasn't going to show anyone my current room situation, but just to kind of give you an idea, I can't put my water in here because there's not enough space for it. That is all. Let's get back to this. All I do for the sake of videos. In order to search for the Inaba persona users, Mitsuru and I searched the school building for an exit out of the tower. The interior of the building has been warped into a complex maze. I don't think we'll get out that easily.
I'm detecting a set of stairs just up ahead. Would you please try going down a floor?
Got it. Let us know if anything else comes up.
Oh yeah. No, this door shutting thing is not gonna work. Okay, I'm just leaving it cracked because if I don't, I'm gonna burn up.
This maze is rather troublesome. We must hurry on.
Mitsuru mutters to herself after she and Fuka end their conversation, and her voice sounds tenser than usual. It's like something is on her mind, so I decide to talk to her.
Are you still upset at how you and his friends got caught up in this?
I am, but what truly bothers me is how I cannot get a full grasp on the Sho Minazuki character, who has been behind everything.
Are we sure he's a persona user? When he fought against Labras, he didn't use a persona.
In addition to that, the one who called himself the person behind Labras' disappearance said that he had no persona. Granted, that could have been an act to confuse, but that it still seems like a very unclear way of doing things. It's hard to believe that he'd say that just as an act.
When I spoke directly with Minazuki, I saw his persona myself. This matches with what Narukami and his friends attested.
Could he have an accomplice?
An accomplice? Huh. Akihiko, this is only a hypothesis, but what if there were two Minazukis to begin with?
Two? You mean the one who called himself Sho and the one who called himself Minazuki are two different people?
No. His personalities changed before our very eyes. There's no doubt that they're the same body. But what if this isn't a case of multiple identity disorder? What if the two truly are completely separate personalities existing in the same body?
Completely separate? What do you mean?
Mitsuru-senpai! I'm detecting a shadow just up ahead of you!
We immediately end our discussion when Fuka reaches us. There's only one door ahead of us, and at the end of the hallway. I don't see a way around whatever is in our path.
It'd be too much trouble to try to head back. Let's break through here, Mitsuru.
It seems there's no other way. The situation is growing more and more dire by the moment. We must deal with this as quickly as possible.
We rush into the door and charge inside. On the other side of the normal classroom, well, normal if you ignore the bizarre decorations all over with a blackboard, lectern, and rows of desks. The ace detective of Inaba is waiting for us there.
It's been a while. You two seem to have made it out of your predicament. How does it feel to have been rounded up like that?
We really haven't seen Naoto basically at all this whole time. So this is kind of nice. This Naoto is a fake. There's no reason to doubt it. But it's well made. It would be hard to tell the difference unless you had shadow detecting abilities like Fuka. If the enemy's goal wasn't to carve off pieces of our personas in battle, these accurate doubles could easily have used us as weapons against us.
Enough idle conversation. Let's get this over with. We don't have a lot of time.
Wait, Akihiko.
As I get impatient to go into battle, Mitsuru's voice stops me. True. I guess we should listen to the fake dying words. We may be able to gain some clues after all.
There's something I want you to tell me before I slay you.
What is it? You can ask, but it doesn't mean I'll answer.
Who created you fake people? Who is Minazuki?
That's an odd thing to ask. Didn't you meet him yourself only a few moments ago? You should ask him yourself. Then again, you won't be given that chance as you'll never leave here.
Are you sure about that? I've decided I'm just leaving the door shut. It's just gonna happen.
Finally.
Don't let this wind get to your head. Keep training.
Mitsuru Gopher.
That was enjoyable. Please sit back and enjoy the spectacle of extinction. Well.
With an irritating jeer, the fake Naoto begins to crumble. The red pillars disappear as well, and a set of stairs leading downwards appears inside the classroom.
Mitsuru-senpai! Akihiko-senpai! Are you alright?
Yeah, no problems on our end. The shadow disappeared before we could get any information out of it, though.
We can't waste any time. Let's keep moving while we talk.
Okay. Please head down those stairs then. That should get you out of the tower.
We follow Fuku's directions and head for the exit along the way. I decide to pick up on our discussion on Sho's true character.
Mitsuru, back to what we were talking about earlier. It looked like Sho changed right in front of us. He switched personalities. What makes you think that it's not the ordinary form of split personality?
Do you recall the conversation in the limo about Ikutsuki's personal experiments? I said there was an indication that a plume of dusk was used.
You mean the human experimentation we were talking about? That's definitely something a guy like Ikutsuki would have come up with.
What if Ikutsuki's experiments on Minazuki involved transplanting a plume of dusk into a living person?
What? Why would he do something like that?
Considering that it could have been part of Ergo Research's attempts to create artificial persona users, it makes sense. It's most likely that Ikutsuki implanted a plume of dusk into Minazuki in order to intentionally try to force a persona to appear. But Sho Minazuki didn't awaken to the persona ability. That much can be gathered from the fact that Ikutsuki labeled the experiment a failure.
That bastard performed terrible experiments on young children, all for his own gain. And he called this a failure? Ikutsuki put something strange inside a living person and simply wrote off what he did as a failure. That only proves how insane he'd been.
Contrary to Ikutsuki's expectations, though, the experiment had a different result.
What?
If a plume of dusk was implanted into the body of a person who already had a personality, what would happen?
A plume of dusk stimulates the creation of an ego. So it's not out of the question that it would create a new personality in the same body.
In other words, it wasn't split personality in Sho's mind, but in Sho's mind, but two completely different entities in the same body? The original Sho and the personality that was created when the plume of dusk was put inside of him now calls itself Minazuki. And maybe it's the second personality that has the ability to use a persona.
According to the records, after the operation, Minazuki entered a vegetative state after some time. Thus, Ikutsuki let go of Minazuki. He was then transported to a hospital in the suburbs of Inaba, and there are no records of Minazuki from there on. What happened from that point on, I can only speculate. But I wonder what sort of life Minazuki led after he regained consciousness.
Mitsuru's expression softens. Even if Minazuki was created by Ikutsuki, this is just one last way that Ikutsuki's ghost still haunts us. Ikutsuki's research only followed similar experiments created by the Kirijo group. If Sho's past is as Mitsuru describes, then he is yet another victim of the creature group. Not just an enemy to be defeated. Words are hard. Not long after we pass through the main entranceway, we see a path leading to the school's main gates, which are painted in a strange pattern. Beyond that, nothing but red fog is nothing but red fog. There's no telling what state the town is in right now.
Labra said that she wanted to speak with Minazuki. And now, so do I.
We'd better rescue Yukiko's group and get back here then.
Indeed. Let us accomplish our duties with haste.
There's no point in denying that Kirijo is partly responsible for his series of cases. The truth won't change, and it's obvious that this is weighing heavily on Mitsuru's shoulders, since she is the head of the Kirijo group now. This is why I believe I truly understand how Mitsuru felt when she made her choice to step back from the front lines earlier. She put trust in her comrades. That's how it should be. You can count on our teammates to get the job done.
Fuka, what's Yukiko's position?
I sense something southeast of there. Please be careful.
As Fuka's communication cuts out, the school building behind us makes a groaning sound. So loud now. I get the feeling that there isn't a lot of time left. Mitsuru and I nod to each other before we begin running towards the town. Anyways, we'll do another battle and then do some more story mode stuff. But I'm gonna open up this door to let it vent out a bit.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. This place exists between dream and reality, mind and matter. Now,
I guess I'll play along.
Picture in your head your own appearance as well as your alter ego.
I sense a case in
your persona. Very well.
I don't dare even blink!
Oh well, I guess I'll deal with you.
If you resist, I'll show no mercy.
Round one. Fight!
Okay.
How about this? You won't hit me.
You piss me off.
Go! Don't do it! You won't hit me. Here I go. Here you go. Right there. Goodbye. Goodbye. Do it.
Okay.
Here. You won't hit me.
What a joke.
Adachi.
Plan that? Wish there'd
Wait.
be an upset.
Round two. Fight!
How's this?
Okay. So close.
Something like this? It really is stupid, you know? If you want to play hero,
Do it with your friends!
I'm sorry.
are you satisfied now?
Adachi. Win. Player 1 is the winner!
If you're gonna call yourself an intellectual, you'll have to surprise me more. With a face like this, all you're doing is boring me.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Okay, let's get back to it. That was a really cool instant kill move. Alright, now time to do the accent. I know one of you really like it, so I guess good on you that you're going to enjoy this, I guess. I don't know. The five of us who had been entrusted with pursuing Shokun are proceeding towards the top of the tower. How many floors have we climbed already? Distorted hallways and classrooms appear at every turn, and there's no sign of reaching the end.
The quakes are growing more and more frequent. I guess this means the time is running out?
You know, that Minazuki guy talked about making his world. But how is he going to do that?
If we presume he's following in Akutsuki's footsteps, then he's going to gather shadows, merge them, and summon some great power. You mean that thing Minazuki-kun was talking about?
What do you think, Junpei? I mean, you've been surprisingly quiet. Are you not feeling well?
Huh? Nah, I'm fine. Coaches are well trained, you know. I guess it's just that I'm feeling all tense. All this end-of-the-world stuff isn't anything to joke about. I've got people waiting for me. Like the kids have a game coming up next week, so there's no way I can lose here.
Stupei's being serious for once. Looks like he's grown up a bit. I guess I should learn from his example.
Junpei has leveled up! You don't want the world to end either, do you, Labby-chan? You just woke up after all.
Yeah. I don't want to lose this world after I've met everyone. I gotta do my best.
Here it goes again. Wait, didn't we see this classroom earlier? I feel like the fog's getting thicker too.
It won't be good if this keeps up. Since we can't get in communication with Fuka-san, we don't even know what's around us.
No matter how far we go, the maze of the fake Yasogami High just keeps going and going. Outside, there's nothing but fog as far as the eye can see. We're starting to get frustrated because we can't tell how high we've gone.
Come on, keep your cool. Getting all aggravated won't do us any good.
You're so positive as always, Junpei-san.
You think so? I think you've changed, though. You've gotten taller, too.
Huh?
Why do you sound so relieved?
I'd been wondering if I hadn't changed at all. I made a promise to Mitsuru-san that I'd live life like a child.
What's that supposed to mean?
Is that hard to do or something? It's difficult. I don't know what it's like to be a child, so I wasn't sure if I should keep doing what I've been doing.
Dude, this poor kid, he's just had to deal with, a lot. He doesn't know how to live like a child because he really just didn't have the right life for it.
Huh. I guess being an adolescent boy is difficult.
You should just live your life the way you are. I mean, you are a kid.
That's right. You can't trust Mitsuru-senpai's idea of childhood. Can you even imagine what she was like when she was a kid?
Whoa, you're right, I can't. It's impossible for common people like us. Speaking of children, that show dude is the perfect example of a spoiled brat. One moment he's joking around, and the next he's incredibly pissed off.
Yeah. What would someone have to go through in order to make them seriously consider destroying the world? What happened to him?
When the topic shifted to Shokun, Koromaru-san passes us by and stops before one of the doors.
What's up, Koromaru-san? Is there something bothering you about this classroom?
When I approach the door Koromaru-san is barking at, I see stairs leading up inside the classroom. I'm sure that I wasn't the only one who was hoping this was the place. Junpei-san quickly opens the door and we step inside. Aside from the staircase, the room seems like a normal, everyday classroom. Desks are lined up in rows, and a blackboard dominates the front wall. I can't help but be reminded of my own yearning to go to school and live life as a human. Even at a time like this, I smirk a bit to myself, and just as I'm about to follow everyone to the stairway.
Ah, looks like you've made it all the way here. Now what to do?
You're General Teddy! We finally found you.
General Teddy, the mastermind of this tournament. With his cape and fearless grin, General Teddy is completely different from the real Teddy we encountered earlier. And even though the screen has an ominous air about him, I check him with my senses just in case. And sure enough, he's a shadow. No, this isn't a normal shadow reading. What in the world is this?
This is getting out of hand. So I, General Teddy, will face you myself. Now bring on the ring!
When General Teddy lifts his little hand up, the familiar red pillars appear in the four corners of the classroom. The tension running through the area pushes the corners concerns from my mind. There's no time to think about that. I have to prepare to fight. Jeez.
Now it's time to have some fun. Those who hinder the creation of my world shall all perish here.
Whoa, someone's got a big mouth. My world? This has been our world from the start. We're not just gonna let you destroy it that easily.
Destroy? I will not destroy it. This will be a new beginning. The beginning of a world of my own, where only I will live.
Only you? What about Sho?
This doesn't concern you. The vessel will soon be complete. Nothing you can do at this point serves any purpose.
We won't know that unless we try. Konomaru!
Like hell we're gonna let you start anything like that!
Let's take this guy down and move on!
I think it's pretty obvious who I'm gonna play. To kind of like go back on what I said earlier about someone liking my Lebrus voice, or the accent, should I say. This is more of an accent and less of trying to do the impression of the voice.
Finally.
I really like doing it too, so it's not like it's just me hating it and then one person liking it. Did you really think we were gonna get away with this? And down goes the Ted.
No matter. That was the limit of this temporary body. I've bought enough time.
Huh? You're not gonna melt now?
As Junpei noticed, the fakes we've defeated up until now have lost their shapes quickly after being defeated, melting into a black ooze before disappearing completely. But this General Teddy is just as confident as he was before this battle, and he has the same smile.
I knew it. You're different from the other fakes. Who are you?
Who am I? I'm General Teddy. Who else? Well then, bye-bye, you pesky vermin!
Hey! Get back here!
General Teddy swallows his cape about him with a laugh and disappears, vanishing into thin air without a trace.
Hey, Yucatan. He said something about a vessel being completed. Wasn't that kind of suspicious?
Yeah, it must mean that we don't have any time left, and when we defeated that General Teddy, he didn't disintegrate like the other fakes.
There must be more to this case.
King Kun's right. General Teddy is different from the fakes that we've been running into up until now. Plus, those words he said before fighting. Minazuki-kun said that he'd make his world, and Shokun talked about my world. And yet, General Teddy said... Ooh. The quaking starts again. The blackboard and the podium rattle loudly, and some of the decorations on the walls fall down. The building shakes strongly for a long time, as if asserting that the time is drawing near.
Can you all hear me? You're very close. I'm getting a strong reading just up those stairs.
When we hit focus on statically communique, we feel a sense of tension fill us. We steel ourselves and make our way up to the stairs in the classroom. Classroom? Or classroom? I suppose I should say classroom to enunciate it a bit better. At the end of this long, straight set of stairs, we find a door. When we open that heavy, cold door, we see... We're already here? The hazy moon immediately grabs our attention. Seems much closer than we had seen it while wandering the town. And then there are countless crosses. They're the same as the ones that Mitsuru-san and the others have been bound to. These crosses are scattered around the Ovid area we find ourselves in.
No way. Is this place...
Ovoid. Not Ovid.
Is this the moon viewing tower from Gekkokan High?
It really feels like we're outside with strong wind blowing towards us. This must be a landing just outside of... jutting out the side of the tower. I see a number of oddly shaped objects around it. From one of those places, I see a black shape flying towards us. When it lands, I see Shominazuki.
That's right. It's where you killed Ikutsuki. This time, it'll be the place where you all die. See? I've already written what's going on your tombstones. It's some real poetic obliterature. Just kidding.
Shokun, please stop this! Even if you do it, it'll change nothing!
Is this all because you hate us? Because we stopped Ikutsuki?
You really don't ever shut up, do you? I already told you that I don't give a shit about some dead guy. I'm doing this because it's fun. Watching you all freak out is hilarious. You're nothing but goddamn pests that can't do anything on your own. So I can't stand you buzzing around. That's when he spoke to me and said, you should just destroy the world. Isn't that the greatest suggestion ever?
Let's stop this. You keep saying Ikutsuki doesn't matter to you, but he's all you've been talking about this whole time.
What was that, bitch?
Did Did you just call her a bitch?
Ikutsuki was a worthless ass who did whatever he wanted to me and still ended up dead. That's all. I don't give two shits about someone like him.
That's not true, Shokun. You're only running from your problems. You shouldn't turn away from your true self. Shokun, come back with us. None of us hold any of this against you. Didn't you see what happened before? I'm a machine and I hurt everyone, but they still accept me. You're just like me. If you have somewhere you can go back to, then you don't have to do this.
Shut up, shut up, shut up! Shut the hell up, goddammit!
His flustered rant suddenly breaks off. The X shape on his scar behind his red things is glowing a dull reddish white. I already know what this means.
That's enough. How far must you go in attempting to ruin this plan?
You're Minazuki, huh?
Unfortunately, the borrowed power has been exhausted. From here on, I have to deal with you myself.
An emotionless, icy glare pierces us. Minazuki, one who awakened with Sho, and to use his own words, the one who grants his wishes.
It's him again. Are we really sure that he doesn't have split personalities?
I concentrate carefully on his presence. This isn't just a new facet of the same person. This is a completely different presence than before. The reaction from my plume of dusk is even stronger now. I can see it clearly. Shokun has a plume of dusk within his body.
Minazuki-kun, what I said goes for you too. You're the same as me. What you are is the plume of dusk itself.
That's right. Ikutsuki had a plume of dusk implanted in this boy during his experiments, resulting in my birth.
I knew it.
However, I still have no love for that man. After all, he tried to have me erased.
Erase you?
Yes. Ikutsuki was nothing more than a threat, who was using this boy only to throw him away later. But this boy was something different. He suggested that we try to act exactly like Ikutsuki. He created fake Ikutskis. He even went so far as to gain access to the Kirijo servers, to try to gain more information about Ikutsuki.
Then, you were the hacker Kikuno-san told us about.
But Ikutsuki, the only other person this boy knew, had already died by the time the boy awoke from his coma. All that was left to him was the truth. That man had tossed him aside like a piece of trash.
Seriously?
Since then, the boy did everything on his own. He had no help, met rejection at every turn. There was nowhere to go, and no one to turn to. You all believe that everyone is surrounded by other people just like you. But that in itself is only the beginning of this world's failures. The world holds no worth for this boy. Sho Minazuki was thrown into this world all alone, and he wished that everything besides himself would disappear. Then all I must do is grant him that wish.
Maybe it's ironic for someone like me to say this. Azuki's-kun's voice sounds like a machine, completely emotionless. Perhaps, even though he was a personality created by a plume of dusk, he may have been trying to save Shokun in his own way.
No, that's not what Shokun really wishes for. What you're doing won't save him.
But even in that case...
Even if you don't know how, or if you end up hurting others, human interaction can change people.
Labrys.
Silence, puppet. What would a thing like you know of this boy?
That's right, I ain't human. But neither are you. You're just using his body while you try to destroy the world. You don't care what he feels at all. I ain't like you. No matter how much it hurts, or how much suffering it causes, I love this world!
Wow, well said. Great job, Labrys.
Right. What he's saying just sounds like he's running from his problems.
doesn't matter if you're fully human or not. We're all standing here because of how we clashed with others and gained acceptance.
Very well. There is nothing more to say to you. Persona, you have gone too far. Sit in shame of your own ignorance as you await the moment of your destruction.
Minazuki-kun slowly draws his two swords, while he stares at us with unblinking murderous intent. The persona behind him also readies for battle.
I will save Shoku, and to do that, we'll defeat you!
Final.
The persona wearing the golden mask disappears, as if melting into thin air. But the defeated master of the persona doesn't appear to be as wounded as he should be. He looks up into the sky, with a somewhat absent-minded expression.
I've lost. The vessel will still be completed. You will not stop the creation of this boy's world.
He must have taken an immense amount of damage. No normal person should be able to even move after taking a beating like that. Yet Minazuki-kun is still trying to stand up. A certain thought crosses my mind. The will to stand and fight for someone else, no matter how wounded you may be. How Yukari-san and the others rushed to Inaba to help me rescue Mitsuru-san's team when they had been captured. How Yukun and his friends are fighting to protect this town. Minazuki-kun reasons for fighting is no different from ours.
Minazuki-kun, so you do understand.
Not another word, lout. I won't let anyone get in the way.
The reaction from the plume of dusk had been fading, but suddenly it grows fierce and powerful, making the air around him tremble. He's still... Ooh, that's not good.
Tsukiyomi!
That's bad. That's very bad. That's very not good.
Whoa!
Ah! Look out! You guys!
His persona appears and sweeps the area around him, causing debris to rain down upon us.
This isn't good!
Lapras!
The instant Minazuki-kun disappears above us, another quake hits. This one is so severe that we can barely stay standing. Every surface begins to undulate, like a living being, and large cracks run through the floor. One crack spreads into the actual crevice, separating me from the others. From beneath our feet, lost from the view in the fog gathered from around the tower, something dark is rushing towards the defending roar. Deafening roar.
Is that a horde of shadows? Koromaru!
On the opposite side of the cleft from me, Ken-kun and Koromaru-san summon their persona to fight the horde of shadows. Yukari-san and Junpei follow suit. It's an insane number of shadows. The horde of the shadows crawls up towards us, making the tower's outer wall appear like a swirling black mass. Soon, Yukari-san and the others will be...
Lapras, go! Huh? Don't look back, there's no time!
Go! We know what it's like to have to say goodbye. But you'd better come back to us.
That's right. I want to save him, just like everyone saved me. If I don't go after him this instant, I'll never get another chance. A set of stairs leading up to the red fog is ahead of me. I can pursue him now.
Everyone, thank you! I will protect this world!
And I'll do it for the sake of everyone else, no matter what. I charge up into the long winding staircase, up so far that I feel like the stairs will continue all the way up to the moon itself. What is waiting for me at the top? Death itself. Okay. Now I suppose there is to be a battle. And then Mitsu's story. Because it's only fitting. Because that's all I can do. Just to progress the story, of course. Anyways, I'm gonna mute my mic and open up my door so I can have this airing out a bit.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. This place exists between dream and reality.
Picture in your head your own appearance as well as your alter ego, your persona.
I'll force my way through.
Very well.
Just a few moments until the gong of fate rings!
I can feel my excitement for the match rising.
You better not disappoint me.
Round one. Fight!
Believe how strong she is! Was it not clear? Please use caution. Persona. Here it is. Now going up. Full swing. I hope you're ready. The curtain call. Go! Keep it up! Somebody please use caution. Full swing. I hope you're ready. The curtain. Yeah. How about it's my turn? Here it is. Was it not clear? Summoning. Breaking news. Danger. Persona. Breaking news. Danger. Charging up my strength? No way. You were completely helpless.
Win. Perfect. Round two. Fight!
Now going up. Towering ice wall. How about this? Somebody go. Careful. There may be fire. Yeah, how about drop it? Here it is. Your fate seems to be unimportant. It's my turn. Here it is.
Almost got
Persona. Now going up. This is for him.
Perfect! A huge victory! Player 1 is the winner!
By the by, it seems you were wearing nothing under that cape. Could that be the secret of your strength? Perhaps I should try it myself.
There's something I need to admit. I've never gotten an S.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
That was the first time I got an S.
This
So
place exists
I
between
think this
dream and
practice is
reality, mind and
paying
matter.
off a bit.
Why don't you introduce yourself?
That was pretty fun, I'll admit. We run to the top speed of the fog enveloping the town of Inaba. Not a single soul can be found outside. The sight reminds me of nothing more than the dark hour. Akihiko must feel the same way, as he runs beside me.
Mitsuru, how are Aigis and Teddy doing? They must have gotten out into the town by now.
You're right. Let me search for them.
I concentrate and search the area for any readings. My search ability has a limited range. To make matters worse, the images appear that appear in my mind severe interference, likely caused by this strange fog. The fog seems to be symbolic of Minatsuki's solitude, as if trying to sever our connections for one another.
I found them in the town shopping district. We'll be able to catch up with them quickly.
Alright, let's hurry to join up with them. Then we can compare notes.
Fortunately, Aigis and Teddy appear to be very close by. We hurry towards the readings in an effort to meet up with the others.
Ow! My back still hurts. Getting old sucks.
Do you age, Teddy? I don't.
Oh, by the way, there's something I've been meaning to ask you, Ai-chan. Is there anyone you like?
What do you mean?
Come on, you can't fool me. If you don't have anyone, then you and me should...
Aigis! Teddy!
Michan! Aki!
Akihiko-san! Mitsuru-san! Thank goodness you're both safe.
Whoa, what happened? You're both beaten.
I was careless. We were ambushed by an enemy and suffered severe damage.
Though they're acting brave, it's obvious at a glance that both Teddy and Aigis have been severely injured. It's clear that they won't be able to fight properly for a while.
Is someone... Please respond!
Rise-chan! I hear you! Talk to your lover bear!
Is that you, Kujikawa? We can hear you.
That voice! Mitsuru-san? Thank goodness! I heard you were captured!
Yes, but we're fine now. I'm sorry to have worried you. Where are you right now?
Yukiko-senpai and I went out to look for Kanji and the others, but the town's turned into a maze. I lost track of them while we were getting our bearings. We're thinking about heading back to Junes right now.
All right, keep going to Junes. We'll head over too, so we'll meet you there. Tatsumi and Shirogane should have arrived already.
Understood. Please be careful.
Alright, now that that's decided, we need to hurry. Aigis, Teddy, can you go on?
Leave it to me to guide you to Junes. I'll use my nose and...
Teddy appears to have sensed something. He turns and looks at the shape that appeared further down in the shopping district. After all that's happened, do they still intend to make us fight? No. From here on, they're doing this just to buy time. The shape ahead draws closer, and I see that it's a double of Satonaka. There's no need to wonder about whether this is the real one or not.
You left everyone else inside and ran away? What happened to all that fun stuff? Oh, maybe they just don't need you anymore. I guess you're the runs of the litter.
A fake Chie-chan! Bears have packs, not litters, and we're not runts!
It's fine, Teddy. Let it say whatever it wants.
I stop Teddy as he tries to lash out in response to the fake Satonaka's harsh words. It's true that we made a mistake in being captured by the enemy before it started, but still.
I've made some errors this time, but we have our comrades. Even if one of us was to fall, the rest of us can complement each other. My standing here right now is a result of the trust we have for one another. I will carry out my duty, and you will be stopped.
With my thoughts and my comrades who left at the top of the tower at the forefront of my mind, I grab hold of the hilt of my rapier. No matter what haunts me, these shadows have for me, my heart will not be shaken. My comrades have my back. All I have to do is keep proceeding onward.
No. We will protect this world. We will not lose to the likes of you.
We're the most powerful lineup ever! We'll prove that we've got the upper claw here!
The two of them are so hurt that I'm surprised they can even move, but the fire in their eyes is stronger than ever. I sense their will to fight shining through. Such admirable resolve. We'll have to take this burden in their stead. Next to me, Akihiko slams his fist into the palm of his other hand and steps in front of Aigus and Teddy.
I was hoping for a chance to fight about now. I felt myself getting rusty. The rest of you can sit back and watch.
This tournament is foolish, but I was given one of your insipid names. It's time I showed you the power of the Execution Queen.
Very well, then.
Final. Fight!
Marin Karen! I'm coming for you! One escape! Better luck next time! Fall before my face! Down! Artemishi down! You're slow! One escape! Better luck next time!
Don't let this wind get to your head. Keep training.
We don't even turn back to look at the melting shadow anymore. We rely on Teddy's nose to run with all our speed through the red fog towards Juness.
There! Come on! Everyone hurry!
We eventually see the large store that had last been in when we exited the TV world. This building must normally be quite lively with customers, but now it looms with an eerie silence within the dim red fog.
Our rendezvous point is on this building's rooftop. Everyone remain in contact while searching for Kujikawa and the rest. Stay alert.
Every day's great at your Juness. Hello?
A monitor on the side of the road flickers, and that General Teddy suddenly appears on the screen.
What the? You again, you phony bear! What do you want now? Thanks for coming all the way out to such a remote place. Did you enjoy the P1 climax? There were so many touching battles this time. But, too bad for you. Unfortunately, you've all served your purposes already.
What do you mean by that?
Just what I said. When you fought, you released fragments of your personas, and I've gathered more than enough of them. Thus, there's no reason to keep you persona users alive any longer. Prepare to be swallowed by a surge of shadows!
Once General Teddy finishes, the monitor shuts off. Silence fills the area once again.
What is the shaking?
With a thundering roar, a viscous black liquid geysers up from everywhere. This black wave surrounds us, whirling madly and begins to close in.
Ah! What the?
There are so many shadows. They're going to attack. Please, be careful.
Cheeky bastards. Come! Persona!
Akihiko's persona, Caesar, swings its sword towards the approaching black wave. The mass of the shadows retreats for a moment, like a receding tide, then immediately surges towards us like a tidal wave.
Artemisia!
Persona!
Initiating summon sequence. Athena!
We summon our personas one after another, and have no choice but to fight back. If things are this bad out here, I have to worry about Kujikawa and the others who are inside. We must get inside as soon as possible and meet up with them. But the horde of shadows pour forth without stopping or giving us respite. Even the entrance of Junas has been completely covered with the black mass. If this becomes drawn-out battle, then obviously we'll be at a disadvantage. I feel a sense of listlessness after being on that cross. I'm severely exhausted. Even Aigus and Akihiko are moving less nimbly than usual. Teddy fights on as if he's trying to protect the three of us, but he's injured as well. He won't last forever.
Ugh, if this keeps up...
Rise-chan! Yuki-chan! Nao-chan! I'll be right there!
More shadows incoming! They're not stopping!
Where was he hiding this many shadows?
My vision begins to darken, as if layers of gauze are being wrapped around my eyes, and I feel more tired than ever. Though each shadow may be inconsequential on its own, their sheer numbers is too much to contend with. My arms drop to my sides, and I can't lift them anymore.
Mitsuru! Hey, hang in there!
Nichan! Watch out!
Mitsuru-san!
Come on, can't you pull it together? I really don't want to get involved here, you know?
I'm sorry. He is here. What? I'm so confused. God, I really hope I didn't mute my mic at the wrong time. What the? As the sound echoes through my vision, returns, and I see a shape moving towards us, mowing down that horde of shadows. Was that just a persona attack? The shadows that had been overwhelming us retreat, and the path opens towards the Junas entrance.
You are...
Oh man, you guys look terrible. That's what you get for sticking your noses into places they don't belong.
The newcomer is a man who speaks languidly, while scratching at the back of his neck. That persona attack must have come from him. He looks familiar. The serial murder case that took place in Idaba last year. I try to remember the name of the former detective who had been arrested as a suspect.
Are you... Toru Adachi?
What? I thought Adachi was in police custody.
Wow, I'm famous now. You're Mitsuru Kirijo, right? I guess the rest of these people are your subordinates?
What's Adachi baby doing here? Wait, you must be a fake too!
Huh? You too? A fake? Yeah, that's it. I'm a fake.
Everything about his response radiates insincerity. He seems to be an intelligent but shrewd man. But for right now, it doesn't matter if this man is fake or not. But what matters is such a person would go out of his way to help us.
Why did you save us?
It wasn't just for you. If you died here, it'd be trouble for me. I have to obey the rules.
Rules?
Never mind, I'm just rambling. Still, isn't this an impressive number of shadows? I bet you'd really be able to get up to something fun with this many. Like, oh, say summoning up a god or something?
Summoning a god? Is that what that show guy is doing?
So this horde of shadows seems to have gathered here by the other Minazuki after all. He's intending to use them to awaken a godlike being. What he called his world is one where that being has descended, but that will result in the fall, utter destruction.
I'm just guessing. And if this many shadows were to head over to that tower and start wrecking shit, that building wouldn't stand a chance, would it? Plus, anyone inside would be in for some real trouble, wouldn't they? Well, it's not like it matters to me. I'm gonna be on my way now. Good luck or whatever. Aren't the rest of your friends in here at Juness? You kids love crowding together after all. Don't you think you'll win with those numbers?
Hey, stop! Where do you think you're going?
Don't, Teddy. I know you want to go after him, but we're all exhausted right now. We need to prioritize meeting up with your friends.
Toru Adachi doesn't even look back at Teddy and begins walking at a leisurely pace in the direction of Yasugami High. We quickly lose sight of him as he becomes lost in the muddy stream of shadows.
Toru Adachi. At the very least, he didn't seem to be a fake made from a shadow.
Is he scheming something after all?
No matter what his aims were, it's true that we were saved in the end.
Save thinking about it for later. We need to hurry.
We run along the path to Juness, entrance that had been created for us by Adachi's strike, and rush into the store and up the stairs. The gushing shadows had entered the building as well, but they are far fewer in number than what had been outside, and aren't much of a hindrance. Eventually, the stairs end, and we see the door that opens to the rooftop food court. Ooh. Interesting. In the food court beyond, a horde of shadows had regained its intensity and continued flooding in, one after another. 4 Persona users from Inaba are fighting them, even though they are experienced, fierce fighters and have survived many tough situations. It seems they are having a hard time against the sheer volumes of these shadows.
Damn it! You're getting more intense again! There's no end to this!
You can't give up. Mitsuru-san and her people should arrive soon.
Right. We can't lose somewhere like this.
Rise-chan, now-chan, Yuki-chan! I'm so glad you're all okay! I'm coming over right now!
Oh, Teddy! And Mitsuru-san, too!
Teddy should have been considerably exhausted and injured, but seeing the face of his friends must have given him strength. He darts towards his friends as fast as his little legs can carry him, and joins their battle line. They are united by a strong bond as well. We can't fall behind either.
Ted! Hey! You intentionally left me out, didn't you?
You're loud as always. You still have a lot of energy left. You don't go down easy, but I see you're barely hanging on.
Don't underestimate me. Half your stuffing's hanging out anyway, so you don't get to say anything.
Sorry we're late. You did well in keeping him at bay. We'll join in the fight.
With a sense of relief after seeing everyone we had been unable to locate, we quickly tell them the situation and check on their conditions. It's clear that all of them are tired and injured, but now that our numbers have doubled, we seem to be able to make it up by cooperating with each other. As it turns out, we are slowly but surely able to push back the seemingly endless torrent of shadows.
We can do this! There's enough of us here now that I'm sure we can win!
It's too early to be relieved yet. The shadows all over town are converging on that tower. At this rate, our senpai in there will be...
Shirogane is right. If we are held up here, we won't be able to aid those who have headed up the tower. If the shadows are gathering with the intent to climb that tower, then we have to take the chance of returning to the tower ourselves to intercept them.
But considering the sheer number of shadows, that would be too dangerous.
Mitsuru-san, Ken-kun has given me the details. This case has many similarities with Shuji Yakutsuki's plan. I believe the culprit has the same intent. And considering the current situation with these hordes of shadows, the time is nigh.
Shominazuki called Shuji Yakutsuki his father, and then there's also that Tomodachi mentioned. There's certainly enough circumstantial evidence. And this time Naoto speaks of, it's nothing less than the end of the world.
Do we have no choice but to entrust this to the others here? Isn't there something we can do, Mitsuru-san?
This isn't the time to argue, Mitsuru-san. We have to go.
What's there to worry about, Mitsuru? There's only one option here.
Everyone wants to return to the tower, completely disregarding their own safety. Not a single one of us is afraid to volunteer, even in the desperate situation. In addition, we've been forestalled again and again since this started. It seems that my position as the leader of the Shadow Operatives has put me on the defensive without me noticing it. We have to go on the offensive now, that we have the strength to do so.
Everyone, listen up. The shadows are likely gathering at that tower. Their goal is likely to bring about the coming of a god with the power to destroy the world. We must stop this at all costs. Kujikawa, will you lend me your strength? We'll combine our communication abilities to contact Yamagishi. They need to be told of the danger.
The first step is to make contact. I test the other 6 with making sure that the area is secure, then take Kujikawa's hand. We both feel a familiar tension distinct from what we feel in battle, as we both focus our thoughts and concentrate in the tower.
Persona!
Though the situation is very chaotic, and the end of the world is drawing near, the vision that appears in my mind is surprisingly clear. To think that Kujikawa's communication ability is this powerful, it's equal to Yamagishi's. I've also been told that it's evolving to the point where she can participate in combat now. These persona users from Inaba have great potential hidden within them. That's right. We have the obligation to protect this town. Their future.
Fukasan is somewhere around the middle of the tower?
Hold on, Kujikawa. There's something in the sky.
There's a reading of something approaching at high speed from fog-filled sky. Eventually, the rhythmic sound of a helicopter reaches our ears. A large helicopter with Kirijo group markings approaches us from the fog. The pilot must be...
Kikuno! That's you there, isn't it, Kikuno? Respond at once!
Lady Mitsuru! Thank goodness you're safe.
What are you doing there? This airspace is dangerous. You must withdraw at once to a safer area.
You're all putting your lives at stake by fighting. I refuse to shame myself by withdrawing.
I can only smile at the way Kikuno refuses my direct order. She won't hesitate to risk herself for my sake. That's never changed at all.
And there's something I must tell you at once. We've decoded more of the records from Shuji Ikutsuki that I gave to Labrasan. We've reached a point where there is a description that seems to be hinting at the security code. If we can solve it, we may be able to fully unlock it. The clues to the password are my true form that I should take, and the one written of in the prophecy.
Prophecy and true form? Could this be about what happened back then?
Tsuru, you have to remember. That insanity Ikutsuki was a slave to. Remember the speech he gave us?
I could never forget that night 3 years ago. The night we were cast into the depths of despair. Ikutsuki looked down on us with insanity in his eyes and told of us his own ambitions.
He said he would become a king in the new world. With that in mind, what he strived to become, his self-professed true form.
The new world that Shuji Ikutsuki strove for. A world where everybody beside himself has been changed into a shadow. What did he believe his true form would be?
King of the Fall.
There's no mistake. These words symbolize the distorted ambitions Ikutsuki had become obsessed with, and what he truly believed he would become.
That's it! The password was accepted, and the file's been unlocked. I'm opening the file now.
There's no time to wait for an analysis. Kujikawa, let's try again. We need to get this information to Labras through Yamagishi.
We direct our search in the direction of the tower once more and attack Yamagishi. Near her are a number of other readings that appear to be in combat. There are Narukami, Satonaka, and Hanamura. It seems they are fighting valiantly to protect Yamagishi. Though they have been injured, I sigh in relief, sensing that they've made a recovery. We immediately open communications with Yamagishi and relay our situations. According to Yamagishi, the sudden swarm of shadows in town have begun pouring into the tower as well. We then pass our own conclusions. The reason for the horde of shadows and our information of the password. Even Yamagishi seems lost for words after hearing this, but she quickly recovers herself.
So that's why all these shadows have been flooding in. We'll stop them here as well. I'll tell Labras about that password at once. Please be careful, Mitsuru-senpai.
Everyone looks towards me at once the communication ends. They're waiting for a word from me with such impatience. But don't worry, I understand.
We will now head to the tower to aid those who are still in there. We'll have to force our way in. We will combine the strength of our personas and fight our way through.
As they say, that's what I'm talking about.
This is starting to get interesting. I'm getting pumped up.
I love how Agus said that. That's awesome. Oh boy.
Alright! If that's the plan, then it's time to bust out all our skills. Better not fall behind, Ted.
Rawr, I'm getting fired up! Wait for us, Sensei! Wait for me, Labby-chan! There's no need to fear with my tremendous strength!
Right. Labras and Chie are fighting too, so I can't just stay here.
The moment we were about to step towards the tower, I noticed a black silhouette of a vehicle lowering its altitude close enough to graze the horde of shadows.
Kikuno, you need to leave Inaba and stand by until we contact you again.
No, my lady. This helicopter is loaded with 2 7.62mm Gatling guns, 19 continuous rounds of 70mm rocket ammunition, as well as a 30mm chain gun.
Yeah, Mitsuru, I think she's fine.
Though these cannot damage shadows, they will be useful in preventing their advancement and providing you with some measure of backup.
Don't be ridiculous. It's too dangerous.
Labra-san asked me why someone who couldn't use a persona would risk their life to go to a place where shadows appear. No matter how slight it may be, I can still provide some assistance to you all. I have been prepared to risk my life from the start. My lady, I have my own battles to fight.
Kikuno-san.
Mitsuru, are you gonna repeat the same mistake?
You're right. It doesn't matter how strong or weak you are. I've pushed Narukami and his friends away before, and now I'm doing the same to Kikuno. Kikuno, I accept your determination. Aid us from the helicopter. We must reach that tower at all costs.
Understood. I will see you there safely, even if it costs me my life. Let us depart.
Kikuno's helicopter rotates in place to face the direction we will be proceeding in. Look at her. Hell yeah. Cool maids. With a tremendous concussion, a rain of bullets showers down the massive shadows, splashing bits of blackness every which way. The wave that had been completely covering the road loses its intensity and begins to retreat.
Now!
Right. All right!
Come! Persona! Go!
Persona!
Here goes!
I guess said the line. Whenever she summons a persona in Persona 3, she said, "Here goes." Says, "Here goes." I'm suffering from brain rot. A line of sparkling light runs through the wave of shadows, accompanied by a roaring sound. A roaring sound. We can do this. We nod to each other and leap one after another into the newly opened path. We must head to the tower. Our comrades are fighting so that I can carry out. No, so we can all carry out our duties. Oh my god. I hate to admit defeat. I honestly do. But I am tired, I'm hot, I'm a whole lot of things right now, so I think I'm gonna try to end this video here for today, and I'll figure something out for the final episode. I'm gonna put everything back where it was originally. So I am sorry if you do hear noise in the background after that. And I know you probably won't hear anything, but anyways. I guess with that being said, everyone, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. And if you did, please do consider leaving a like and subscribing and leaving a comment down below for me. And as always, everyone, I hope that you all have an amazing day. And I will see you all again sometime soon. But until then, goodbye for now.